Good morning. My name is Carla Edwards. And, I'm a laugher. I've been a laugher for a long time. And I love to laugh. And I love to make other people laugh. And I come from a long line of laughers. And all of my most cherished memories of my childhood home are filled with music and lots and lots of laughter. So I'm sure that this love of laughing was the thing that was my inspiration when I brought Laughter is the Best Medicine. I've done this talk here before, way back in November of 2020. And in those dark days of the pandemic, you and I, Unity of Dallas, together, we dared to laugh at COVID. We laughed at the pandemic, even in those dark days. And we had the audaciousness to laugh on the first Sunday of Advent. That's usually kind of a solemn thing, but, I didn't know it was the first Sunday of Advent when I took the gig, and then I found out, it's like, oh my gosh, laughter in the first Sunday of Advent, I got to figure this out. But it turned out to be a great thing because we talked about having a bag of laughs that we were going to take with us in our adventure journey all the way to Christmas, and we did that. Well, fast forward to 2022, and we're kind of at the end of the pandemic. And, the pandemic changed everything. The pandemic changed me. And in 2022, I found myself stepping down from things. I stepped down from singing in the Dallas Symphony Chorus, which I had done for 20 years. And I stepped down from being the music director here at Unity of Dallas. And I did those things without really having a clear idea what I was going to do next. It's like quitting a job without having something else lined up. And so I was kind of, searching. I knew I wanted to reinvent myself and utilize my opportunities that I've had here at Unity of Dallas for professional speaking. I knew I wanted that, but I didn't know how that was going to shape up. And through a series of synergistic events, I found myself taking a stand-up comedy class over there in McKinney at the Comedy Arena, and that was super fun. It was a 6-week class, and I gave my 6-minute stand-up routine on the stage there at the Comedy Arena. And really, I didn't invite any of you because it was a little salty. I figured, hey, I'm in a nightclub. I might as well just say something funny, stuff that I thought that was funny. And I enjoyed that class so much that I thought, this is fun. Maybe I'll find my direction as I'm kind of doing all, and I'm adding skills to my professional speaking ideas. And then, so I thought, well, I'm going to take a laughter yoga class. And so I'm looking, and that took me to the Laughter Yoga International website. And as luck would have it, as synergy would have it, the moment I got onto that website, the next day, they were offering a course to be a certified laughter yoga leader. And at that moment, that precise moment, it became crystal clear to me as to what my next direction would be. It was like the tumblers of a lock, all lining up and go, oh, okay. I can do this. This is a fantastic sign, and it envelops everything I've done up until this point. All of the musical theater, all of the singing, all of the ministry. I love ministry. I do. And it involved all of the things that I had thought about what I wanted to create in this new segment of my life. You know, authentic people, meaningful work, prosperity, optimism, witty, fun, beautiful places, all of those things. I realized in that one moment that everything that I was envisioning for myself, for my reinvention, I saw it all there at one moment. And that's when I knew that I wasn't really dealing with a reinvention. I'm dealing with an evolution. Because I'm not throwing away all the stuff that I've done to this point. It's integral theory, it's holistic thinking of everything that we are, we take forward into our next adventure. So I am evolving, and I think we can evolve together, Unity of Dallas, you and me, because my understanding about laughter, the social phenomenon that laughter is, this is my evolution. We don't have to wait for somebody that's funny. We don't have to have comedy, humor, jokes, or anything to laugh. We don't need any of that, and we get to enjoy all of the benefits of laughter without having to rely on anybody else. I think that's an evolution. We're not waiting for somebody outside ourselves to make us laugh and to get that uplift of spirit. So you're on this journey with me. You're on this journey with me. And so as to kind of set the stage, why don't we, I've got a 1-minute video. Let's watch this 1-minute video, and let's just say this is our pray-in for today.
Daddy's gonna make you laugh now. Ready?
Okay. Oh, that's a nice praying, wouldn't you say? Now, this mechanism of laughter is something that starts from the very beginning. I've read that it starts at 15 months, but those little quadruplets, they maybe were 6 months old. And so it's something that develops. It's a mechanism that everybody has. Even blind and deaf kids develop laughter. And it goes across species. All of the great apes, they have children, and those children learn to laugh early, and they spend a lot of their adulthood laughing and mimicking others that laugh. So laughter is a universal language. We understand it. It doesn't matter whether we're from Dallas, Texas, or Timbuktu. If somebody is laughing, we understand that right away. So everybody has it. And this laughter really has a part to play in our evolution. Back 10, 15, 16 billion years ago, our pre-human ancestors probably developed it when they were roughhousing around, and there were vocalisms that emitted from that time. And that sound came to represent security, friendship, and a critical bonding thing, because when we laugh, we can tell when people are laughing, whether they're friend or foe. It has an acoustic signature. Everybody's laugh has an acoustic signature that's so unique. And so we use it still today as kind of an evolutionary survival skill. Back in the day, all the people that were in your community meant greater survival. If you were out on the steppe by yourself and, a saber-toothed tiger came up, your likelihood of surviving, maybe not that great. But so even today, it plays a part in all of the communications that we have with other people. They did a study where they videotaped pairs of people laughing together, and then they had another person view that video, and a vast majority of the time, people could tell just by listening to these pairs laugh whether they were friends or whether they just met. Isn't that fascinating? So neuroscientists have been studying this, and they call it a social phenomenon because laughter weaves into literally every single part of our lives. And it has all kinds of unspoken rules about when to laugh, how to laugh. Like you're not going to, if you're in an opera concert, you're not, no, the people will frown on that. There's all kinds of unspoken rules. And they've proved why laughter is contagious. They studied people's faces. We only have to be in the vicinity of people laughing, and that sends a signal to our brain. And they've shown that our faces, when we hear other people laughing, our faces make these tiny little micro movements to get ready to laugh. The little corners of our eyes go up when we hear we find ourselves smiling. And that's how laughter is contagious. It goes from over here because we hear that sound and we think, oh, that's fun. I want to be around people that laugh. That's really great. So the brain, it's a brain thing. When we hear it, something activates in our brain. And it also activates a play signal. If we're talking to somebody and we're kind of laughing, we know that that's going to be, let's have some fun. I love fun. Okay, so now we're going to hear from a master of laughter, Sir John Cleese, who you might remember as a co-founder of Monty Python. He says, laughter connects you with people. It's almost impossible to maintain any kind of distance or social hierarchy when you're just howling with laughter. And that's true. Which brings us to the fake laugh. You know what that fake laugh is. And we fake laugh all the time. It's like, this was a joke I used to tell my kids. And this is an example of fake laughing, okay? So this is a joke. I would go and say, want to hear a dirty joke? And they're like, yeah. The pig fell in the mud. That's fake laughter, friends. See, you didn't have to laugh. You were just doing that out of courtesy. So the fake laugh is acoustically different than spontaneous laughter, but it serves the same function. Even when we're fake laughing, we're bringing people in. We're trying to make those social connections, make people feel comfortable, and pave the way for some fun. So, laughter yoga is all about fake laughing, how we can laugh intentionally and receive the same benefits, the multiple health benefits that result from just laughing, and our bodies don't know the difference. So let's get to it. Here, there's a lot of characteristics of laughter, and we're going to start with the intensity. Laughter can be soft or it can be loud. And so this is the audience participation segment of what we're doing here today. So we're going to start. I'm going to do it's like a call and response. I'll do something and then I want you to do it, okay? So the intensity of laughter, kind of the smallest one that we're talking about, is a chuckle. A chuckle, is kind of with the mouth closed and kind of soft and okay, now you do it with your mouth closed, okay? oh, 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 well, you're good chucklers. I like it. That's a nice warm-up. Okay, now, let's see. The next kind of step up is a giggle. It's a little bit louder, and it's kind of upper, it's a little bit higher in our voice. It's a giggle. Okay, it's your turn. Oh my. That was a great giggle. I love that. Okay, now, this is something that a lot of women are going to be familiar with, and this is the cackle. When you're really tickled, you got to just let that out. Here's the cackle. Okay, it's your turn. Cackle. Oh, we're warming up here. This is fantastic. Okay, and then one of the great laughs of all times is the belly laugh, and this is where we use our diaphragm. It's kind of like singing, Gonna take a deep breath, and here's our belly laugh. It's way down to okay, your turn. All right. Okay, so the last one of this series, remember we're going from quiet to really, really loud. Here we go, Kurt. And it is just howling with laughter. Here we go. Okay. Oh, all right, your turn. Oh, this is all fake laughing, and you guys are terrific laughers. I can tell we're going to have a lot of fun this morning. Okay, so now let's hear from some popular people that we know in our society today about what they have to say about laughing. Jay Leno, you can't be mad at someone who makes you laugh. It's as simple as that. You can't stay mad and still be laughing. Shirley MacLaine, a person that knows how to laugh at herself will never cease to be amused. There's just so much, there's a lifetime of material there. It never gets old. Okay, Maya Angelou, I don't trust anybody that doesn't laugh. Can be all solemn and everything. Okay, this is one I like. Marilyn Monroe, if you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. Marilyn, okay then. And of course, our comedian Kevin Hart, laughter heals all wounds. No matter what you're going through, it makes you forget about your problems. And that is the truth. Okay, and so there is a long history of physicians and practitioners using laughter as therapy for people that are depressed, that are in pain. And it was first notated by a 13th century surgeon called Henri de Mondeville. And he was a professor of anatomy, and he was a surgeon. And he prescribed laughter for people coming out of surgery. There was no anesthetics then. And he prescribed laughter as a way of relieving pain after surgery. You might remember Martin Luther. He was a great Protestant Reformation guy, and he would counsel people for depression and say, don't isolate. The worst thing you can do for depression is isolate. He said, you need to go out and be with friends, find people that are laughing, and go and laugh with your friends. In 1930, that's when we really saw a lot of laughter therapy going into hospitals. You might remember the movie Robin Williams' Patch Adams. That movie was all about personnel going into hospitals with kids with polio and getting them to laugh. And that tradition has stuck around ever since then. In 1979, a guy named Norman Cousins, he was a celebrated author. He was a peace activist, and he was also a biochemist. And he was studying the way that emotions, not just laughter, but emotions, how they play a part in illness and in health. And he actually got very ill. And he cured himself with massive doses of vitamin C and self-induced bouts of laughter. He would watch comedies and movies and TV, and whenever the pain got too bad, he would have 10 minutes of belly laughing. You know that one we just, 10 minutes of that gave him 2 hours of pain-free living. Norman Cousins. And then Dr. Madan Kataria, who is the founder and creator of laughter yoga. He started that in 1995, and he is a medical doctor, and he was under a lot of stress, and they were trying to find ways to alleviate stress, and him and his friends got together for a couple of weeks, and they were telling jokes around the kitchen table and having a good old time, but they found that after a couple of weeks, you run out of jokes. There's a limit to how many jokes you can tell or that you think are funny. And so he decided he was going to do something different. So he went out and walked down to Mumbai Park and just asked people, went up to people and said, hey, you want to laugh with me? And they went, well, okay. So then he went down and created this. That was the first laughter club that was developed. And now, here in 2023, laughter yoga is in 120 countries with thousands of laughter clubs across the world. Okay, so now we need to laugh some more. I can feel it. Well, there's another thing about laughter, and that's the respiratory patterns, the way we breathe and stuff like that. So one of the first ones that we have is, and I do this if I might have had a glass of wine or something like this, and it's the snorting laughter. Okay, you can laugh. Right? Okay, your turn. Oh, here we go. Thank you. I heard a great snorter down here. Good snorting. And then there's some people that have kind of, they hold their laughter in and then it just kind of all comes out at one time. And that's called the sputtering burst. Okay, your turn. Okay, and then this is another respiratory pattern, the wheezer. The wheezer, this is like that little baby that was on the video, or Snidely Whiplash. This is the wheezer. All right, your turn. Think of Snidely Whiplash, friends. Remember him? Okay. Now, laughter is a nonverbal way of communicating, and it communicates a ton of different types of emotions. So we're going to go through that. So my first one here is ecstatic laughter. Let's say we all of a sudden have a vision of the rapture, okay? Okay, your turn. Oh, we're looking at the rapture. Man, I love that rapture. Okay, now, we kind of laugh when we're feeling silly, too. So the silly, when we're feeling silly, this is kind of a thing. Oh, I put the mail in the freezer. Mail didn't belong in the freezer. I hope Robert didn't find that. I don't hear you. Let's hear some tee-hee and going out there. Tee-hee. Thank you. Okay, and then there's the laughter of relief. Oh, thank God I got released from jury duty. Oh, no jury duty. Oh, man, am I glad about that. Okay, and then, we laugh a lot of times when we're apologizing to people. Because we don't know what else to do. So this is the apology laughter. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry my cat threw up on your shoe. I am so sorry. Let's hear the apology laughter. I'm just so sorry. Okay, and then we laugh a lot when we're nervous, when we don't know what else to do. And so for a nervous laughter, let's just say that's the kind of laughter when you're pulled over by a traffic cop. Okay, you pulled over by a traffic cop, and that guy is coming up to your window, and it's like, was that me? Was that light red, officer? I don't really know. I don't know anything about that. We laugh when we don't know what else to say. And then there is the laughter of complete disbelief, where we just can't even believe our eyes. And so this is the kind of laughter like, stepping on your bathroom scale. It's like, oh. I don't believe that. Oh my gosh. And then our last one in this series is the crazy laughter. It's just crazy. Let's say I've been up for 48 hours. Let's hear it. I know you got a crazy laughter in you. See, the beautiful thing about fake laughter, it does lead to real spontaneous laughter. Well, let's see. There is a whole branch of medicine that is dedicated to studying the effects of laughter on the human body. And that branch is called gelotology. And it's named after the Greek god Jalos, who was the Greeks' idea of the divine personification of laughter. And his best friend was Dionysus, who was the god of wine and theater. So you can see how these two kind of got to be really good friends, wine involved. And gelotology was created and pioneered by a guy named William Fry. And the way he started it is that he was taking his own blood samples from his arm as he was laughing. And they could tell a difference in the quality of the blood or the different makeup of the blood. And that was really what started this whole area of science. And now there are thousands and thousands of studies about the benefits of laughter, not only on our physical beings, because with laughter, what laughter does for our bodies, it reduces stress. And when we reduce stress, the heart issues, all kinds of issues are alleviated when we eliminate or lessen the amount of stress. And, the modern day world, it just has a lot of stressors in it. It's the first thing. And it increases our immune system. This was a big thing back in 2020. Back when, we were right in the midst of a contagious disease that hit our entire world. this is something that we can do for ourselves that increases our immune system, make us a little less likely to get that bug that's flowing around. And it releases endorphins. Anybody that works out knows that there's that burst of endorphins that come after working out. It's the feel-good medicine that our bodies produce. From a social standpoint, laughter increases communication. Laughter is one of those things that is a nonverbal way of drawing people in and letting people know how we're doing. And as we heard from Marilyn Monroe, it can set the stage for romance, people. Think about this. You know, if you can make a person laugh, you know that if that's somebody you're interested in, if they can make you laugh, that kind of makes you think, okay, well, yeah, this might be worth pursuing here a little bit. And laughter increases our creative thinking from a mental standpoint. And from a mental standpoint, there is an immediate uplift when we're laughing. If we're kind of down and we have a way of laughing, like with laughter yoga, just create a pretend laughter, and there's an immediate sense of uplift and happiness that comes when we laugh. And it reduces anxiety, and from emotional level, it just makes you feel younger. You know, we just let that little inner child out to play. And everybody has that little inner child. And it's so much fun to let that little kid out to play and laugh, clap and sing. And then there's the spiritual benefits of it. When we are laughing, we exercise our capacity of non-judgment. When we can laugh at things that we wouldn't normally laugh at, we're so used to saying, this is good, that's bad, 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 good, bad, 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 bad. That area of non-judgment where we can look out and say, good, good, funny. And it also cultivates a sense of forgiveness, where we can, if we do something that we're not happy with, if we can laugh at that, we can forgive ourselves. We can forgive other people for the things that they do. And those are spiritual qualities. Okay, now let's hear from the Bible. We got to hear what our holy book might have to say about laughter. Proverbs 15:15. He that is of a merry heart has a continual feast. The table is always set and ready if you have a merry heart. Romans 14:17. For the kingdom of God is not food and drink, but righteousness and peace and joy in the Spirit. Ecclesiastes 8. I recommend mirth, because a man has no better thing under the sun than to eat, drink, and be merry. They kind of contradict each other, don't they, a little bit? Anyway, there's plenty of references in the Bible about joy. And as a matter of fact, Linda Martella Whitsitt she's one of the great chaplains up there at Unity Village. She wrote a book about the 12 powers. And she states in there that they ought to have a 13th power, which is joy. Joy is a superpower, and it creates ripples of joy that go out wherever we're at. So now it's time for some self-reflection. We need to really think about what kind of laugher we are. You know, we gotta, because everybody has their own different style of laughing. And here's several different styles of laughing that you might wonder if you're one of these. Okay, and this is call and response again. What I do, I want you to do, okay? And so the first one is the ventriloquist. You know this one. Oh, I snorted there. Okay, your turn. It's like Jim Carrey, remember that? Okay, and then I love this next one because this is something that we can do anywhere. Anywhere we go, we can do this next laughter, and it's called the silent laughter. You know what it is. Okay, your turn. That's the kind of laugh you were supposed to do in church. Remember that way back in the day when you weren't supposed to be laughing? Okay. Then our next one, is the machine gun. This is kind of a sputtering burst. Machine gun laughter. Your turn. Okay, now this next one, it's in us all. Oh, yes, it is. And it's the evil laughter. You know what it is. I know you got it in you. Let's hear it. And here's another one. It's the upper crust society laughter. You know what it is. Oh my. Okay, your turn. I'm so refined. And then the next one is the hand laugher. You know people that laugh with their hands. Oh! Oh! Your turn. Oh! Okay, and our last one in this series is the Santa laugh. This is kind of a big belly laugh, and we all know this one. We'll do it all together on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That Santa laughter goes a long way. Oh, God. You guys are such good friends to be able to laugh together, and I want to invite everybody. We're having a laughter practice after the service today. That's from 12:45 to 1:15. 30 minutes is all it is. And I promise you that you'll feel like you have had a workout after 30 minutes of laughing. All those endorphins are going to be released, and that mental uplift is going to be there. And it's not a traditional yoga practice in that there's not asanas or anything like that. In fact, this can be done from sitting in a chair. So if you are a person that, would rather, there's a lot of movement here from the waist up, but you can do it sitting in a chair. When I was over at Unity of Saxe, there was a woman there in a wheelchair, and she had so much fun, had a great time. So come to the Laughter Yoga. It's absolutely free. You don't have to do anything. Just come on. We're going to have a good time. And next Sunday, May 5th, the first Sunday in May, is World Day of Laughter, created by Mandan Kataria, and it's been going on for 30 years. And they encourage people to just get together and laugh. Wouldn't it be a fantastic thing? Part of Laughter Yoga International's byline is world peace through laughter. What if we could create communication and connections with each other just from laughing? And can we imagine what the sound would be like if everybody in our world was laughing at the same time? Wouldn't that just be good? That would be seeing the rapture, I say. So, when I was here in 2020, we did our laughing to embody a sense of hope during a dark time, how to lighten ourselves up, get rid of some of that stress. And we did it kind of almost for a sense of escape, just to escape what our everyday situation is. Now in 2023, as we are evolving together, we know that we can intentionally cultivate a laughter practice as we go through life, and it changes our perspective on ourselves, it changes our perspective on each other, and on our world. That is the evolution of laughter that I am going through, and I invite all of us to go through that too. So as we go forward from today, know that we are evolving every single time that we notice laughter within ourselves, when we notice that we're laughing, when we notice that other people are laughing, and every time we generate laughter within a group, every time we incorporate laughter into our being and into our daily routines, and every time we perpetuate it. And that means that we are living it and living laughter while doing the things that are to be done by us. Thank you so much. I love you. Keep on laughing. Try to laugh as much as you can. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Come to the laughter practice. Love you guys.